Your Will Be Done by Neville Goddard. Written and published by Books Reader. Introduction. What if the secret to creating your heart's greatest desires was all along contained in a spiritual law that you've quoted many times, but never really grasped? A battle against circumstances. This deep lesson shows how consciousness is the sole ultimate reality, and how your feelings-filled mental pictures become the forms into which physical experience must pour. This realization accounts for why certain individuals appear to magnetically draw their dreams into being, while others are stuck in cycles of limitation and lack. Through this understanding, you realize that the creative energy you've been looking for elsewhere has been resident in your own imagination all this time, awaiting only you to become aware of its existence and to use its powerful potential. Lesson 1: Imagination. Imagination is the strongest force in the cosmos, and it resides within you. When you shut your eyes and imagine something in your mind, you access the same creative energy that molds the world around us. This isn't mere daydreaming nonsense. It's the secret to transforming your life and making the reality you want. Imagine your imagination as a movie projector, with images always playing on the screen of your mind. Each thought, each mental image you carry around is like a seed being placed in the soil of your life. A gardener selectively chooses which seeds to put in the ground. You need to be equally selective about the images you let play in your mind. Imagination is something many people write off as childish make-believe, but far from it. Whatever phone or computer you are currently using began as somebody's imagination. Whatever clothes you wear, whatever chair you sit on, whatever roof you have over your head, they all started out as mental pictures before they were physical objects. Your imagination is no weaker than the imagination that brought these things into existence. The distinction between idle fantasy and productive imagination is whether or not you use this power. When you visualize something without intention or feeling, it is just a pleasant fantasy. But when you connect your images in mind with profound feeling and unshakable faith, you activate the forces that cause your desires to materialize. To make your imagination stronger, begin with simple practice. Choose an object, say an apple or a flower. Observe it keenly, noticing its color, shape, and texture. Now close your eyes and attempt to visualize it just as sharply in your mind. Pay attention to all the details. Make it as real as you can. Practice doing this on a daily basis, and you'll see your skills in creating and maintaining mental images become stronger. Your imagination functions best when you come at it with the innocence and faith of a child. Remember how real your make-believe games seemed when you were a child. You didn't think about whether or not you might be an astronaut or a doctor. You just were. That same pure, unshakable faith is the essence of imagination. Take a look around you during the day and see how many times you exercise your imagination without even noticing it. When you recall a past experience, you're employing imagination. When you organize your day, you're employing imagination. When you're anxious about the future, you're employing imagination. Although here you're employing it to manifest what you don't want, not what you do want. And just as a muscle is made stronger by exercise, your imagination gets stronger the more you practice it purposefully and consciously. Begin paying attention to the mental movies you play. Are they screening what you want to see, or what you worry might occur? Take charge of these internal images, and you take charge of your life. Keep in mind, your imagination is not apart from reality. It's the very power that brings reality into being. All that surrounds you once was not visible but lay in someone's imagination. Learn to use and know this creative force within you, and you become aware, intentional creator of your own life experience. Lesson 2. Build a scene. To build a mental scene is to direct your own movie in which you are both the director and the czar. Your imagination is the movie studio, and your imagination supplies all the props, locations, and background actors you require. As you move in and build a scene, you want it to be as real and rich as possible through the use of all your senses to create it. Begin with a brief scene that shows your wish has already been granted. For instance, if you want a new job, picture having a conversation with your friend congratulating you on your new job. Keep the scene short, a matter of seconds, but fill it with sensory information. Feel the friend's hand warm as they shake yours, hear the congratulatory words, see the smile on their face, but most of all, feel your own joy and sense of achievement. The secret to constructing a successful scene is to emphasize the result, rather than how to arrive there. Don't picture attending interviews or applying for jobs. Instead, imagine a scene that occurs after you've already attained your objective. This aids your mind in believing the desired state to be real and present, and not something down the road. The little things count when constructing your scene. What time of the day is it? What are you wearing? What does the room look like? These things create a sense of the scene being more natural and real, but don't get so engrossed in the specifics that you miss the sense of the wish being granted. The sense is greater than the particularities. A good method of constructing a scene is to use a known place and circumstance. This simplifies it for your mind to believe and replay the scene. You could picture yourself sitting in your replay the scene. You can picture yourself sitting in your usual coffee shop with a friend or strolling through your own living room. The more familiar and real the setting, the better you will be able to sustain the scene in your mind. Rehearse running your scene as a loop, playing it repeatedly until it feels natural. Every time you play it again, try to make it more real and vivid. Notice the sounds, odors, textures, and particularly the emotions involved. The scene must make you feel contented, happy, and thankful, as if your wish has already been fulfilled. In constructing your scene, do not put anything in there that will mention how your wish manifested. That's the universe's job to take care of. Your task is merely to create and sustain the impression of the wish fulfilled by your well-crafted scene. Creating a powerful scene is a skill to be developed. Practice using short scenes and then move on to more complex ones as your imaginative powers build. The more you practice, the more easily it will come naturally, and the stronger your scenes will be in bringing your desires into being. Lesson 3. Inner conversation. Our inner dialogues build our reality more strongly than most people understand. On a daily basis, we are constantly communicating with ourselves, generating a chain of thoughts that affect our experiences and results. These internal conversations become the roots of our beliefs and eventually translate into our world outside. Consider the manner in which you communicate with yourself throughout the day. Do you find yourself uttering statements such as "I never get what I want," or "things always go wrong for me"? These innocuous-sounding remarks actually condition your mind to anticipate and bring about those very circumstances. Your inner dialogue functions as a blueprint for your life experiences. To alter your reality, you have to alter your inner dialogue first. When you catch yourself thinking negative self-talk, replace it instantly with positive, affirming statements that reflect your desires. For example, rather than repeating "I can't afford this," replace it with "I always have more than enough money for what I want." Instead of believing "I'm not good enough," believe yourself "I am perfectly capable and deserving." Consistency and sincere feeling are the secrets to making this succeed. Mere repetition of positive affirmations without a sense of their truth won't establish change that lasts. You have to speak to yourself with conviction, as if proclaiming plain facts. When you say to yourself, "I am successful," feel the truth of that in your bones. Feel the confidence and happiness of success as you work through this inner conversation. Your internal dialogue is not only experienced in conscious moments. It continues in the background of your mind throughout the day. That's why monitoring and fine-tuning is crucial. Speak in the normal course of conversation. Get into the practice of checking in with your inner dialogue a few times a day. Ask yourself, "What am I saying to myself now? Is this reinforcing what I want to build?" Practice positive conversations with yourself about other people as well. If you're wishing for a positive relationship with someone, talk to yourself about them as if they're already presenting the way you want them to. Rather than complaining to yourself about their behavior, engage in inner dialogue where you thank them for good things they do and possess. Your inner conversation not only encompasses the words you say, but also the tone and feeling involved. Speak to yourself kindly and respectfully, as you would to a dear friend. The more loving and supportive your inner dialogue becomes, the more your external world will reflect that same energy back to you. Start paying attention to your inner conversation right now. Pay attention to what you're saying to yourself about your life, your potential, and your future. Use words that strengthen you and align with your aspirations. Make your inner talk your greatest strength for building the life you envision. As you become skilled at this practice, you'll watch your outer life change to reflect your new inner reality. Lesson 4, Revision. Revision is perhaps one of the strongest tools we have to redesign our reality. By revising our past experiences, we're not daydreaming, nor are we denying what occurred. We're actually working with our imagination to produce fresh memories that are in our highest good. Imagine revision to be mind editing, and you are the director of your movie of life with the authority to recreate scenes that failed to go exactly as you would have liked them to. The revision begins by choosing a recent experience in which you wanted things to go differently. It might be a degraded conversation, a lost chance, or a moment when you had not played your best. Rather than remaining focused on what did not go right, shut your eyes and relive the scene exactly how you'd have wanted it to be. Experience the happiness, contentment, and good feelings of this new version of events. Bring it back to life as vividly as you can in your imagination. Perhaps if you were arguing with a friend, replay the scene with the two of you working towards a harmonious understanding. Witness. See their smile, hear their words of affirmation, and feel the sense of your renewed friendship. If you botched something at work, rewrite the scene to depict yourself managing the situation flawlessly. Hailed by your peers and superiors alike, the most ideal time for practicing revision is just before bedtime. Lying in bed, relive your day. Select one or more scenes to rewrite. This exercise has two benefits. It enables you to go to sleep with a positive frame of mind, and it enables your subconscious mind to process these new impressions overnight. Your rewritten scenes will start to feel more real than the original incidents. Revision is not only for recent events. You can revise any memory that still has emotional charge for you. Old hurts, disappointments, and regrets can all be rewashed through this exercise. The important thing is to revise with emotion and belief, recognizing that your active imagination is establishing new patterns in your mind that will show up in your outer life. As you practice revision regularly, you'll find changes happening in your everyday life. Folks will start treating you differently, mirroring your revised self-image. Circumstances that used to activate negative responses will no longer have power over you. You will naturally react to life situations with increased confidence and clarity. Keep revision a daily habit, such as brushing teeth or making bed. Every evening, devote some time to revising any unpleasant moments of your day. Replace them with scenes reflecting your wished-for reality. Through regular practice, you will find yourself with the capacity to consciously shape your life experience instead of simply reacting to it. The strength of revision is that it can change not only our memories, but our whole way of thinking and experiencing life. As you revise what happened, you're also revising what will happen by creating new patterns of experience. Your revised scenes serve as the foundation for new manifestations in your physical world. Lesson 5. It's within. It's done. The instant you completely accept that your desire already exists within you, it becomes a done deal in your world. This strong truth is the core of successful manifestation. By understanding that everything you desire already exists in your imagination, you open the door to manifesting it into your physical reality. Consider how you feel when you buy something online. Once you've clicked the Buy button, you do not spend each moment worrying whether your package will show up. You just know it's on its way. You may even begin plotting where you will place it or how you will utilize it. The same degree of certainty should be present with your wants. Once you've put the seed into your imagination, that's it. The universe has been instructed. Living from this position of completion involves taking a different attitude. Rather than wishing, hoping, or wanting something to occur, you accept that it is already done. This change may be uncomfortable at first, but it's necessary to manifest your desires. When you find yourself uttering the words I want or I hope, substitute them with I am or I have. This subtle shift informs your mind that you already own what you want. Think of a seed you've buried in the ground. The gardener doesn't dig it up daily to see if it is growing. They have faith in the process of nature, knowing that with good care, the seed will sprout in due time. Your wishes do the same. After planting them in your mind and claiming them done, you have to believe the process without constantly inspecting for outcomes. Most individuals get bogged down by doubt at this stage. They ask themselves if they are doing it correctly or if indeed it's working. Doubt is prevalent but does not need to destroy your progress. When doubt creeps in, accept it for a moment, and then come back to the sense of completion. Imagine that you are an actor performing in a play where you already know the ending. Although you're still going through the middle scenes, you already know the last act. The words "it's done" must be your mental anchor. Whenever you focus on your desire, tell yourself that it's already completed in the spiritual world and is now transitioning to the physical one. This isn't about compelling yourself to accept something in spite of all evidence. Rather, it's about recognizing that what you're seeing in your physical reality right now is a product of thoughts and assumptions from your past. Your inner sense of completion about your desire as being done is manifesting your future reality. Practice being from this position of completion in small ways initially. Maybe begin with something as easy as spotting a flawless parking spot or getting an unexpected call. As you feel success with smaller manifestations, your confidence will build up naturally for bigger desires. Size is irrelevant to the creative power of your imagination. Big or small, once you believe it's done within, its manifestation in the outer world becomes unstoppable. Lesson 6: The feeling of wish fulfilled. The feeling of your wish fulfillment is the secret key that unlocks the door to all your desires. When you visualize something you desire, the strength is not in the mental images themselves, but in the feeling they produce inside you. Consider how you feel when you accomplish something great. That glowing sense of gratification, that serene awareness that everything is okay. This is the sensation you need to hold and preserve. Your emotions are the language that speaks to the creative potential inside you. When you can sense as if your desire already belongs to you, you put the forces that manifest it in your physical world into action. This is not pretend or deceiving yourself. It's feeling the real feeling of having what you desire in the here and now. For example, if you desire a new house. Rather than dwelling on not having it, visualize entering the front door of your ideal home. Feel the sense of satisfaction in turning your key in the lock. Feel the joy in placing your furniture just so. Feel the relaxation in sitting where you prefer. Make it so real that your entire body tenses and relaxes from the natural sense of coming home. These sensations have to be genuine. You can't manufacture them or create them. Spend time sitting in stillness and allow the feeling to develop on its own. If you're struggling to tap into the feeling, think of a moment when you did accomplish something you wanted. Think about how that felt, then bring that same feeling to your current want. Throughout the day, whenever you catch yourself thinking about your desire, immediately bring back and step into the feeling of it being accomplished. Make this your new home in feeling. If doubt or worry does arise, gently bring yourself back to the sense of completion. Your outer reality has to fit your inner emotional reality, so keep that sense of fulfillment going as much as you can. Practice feeling your wish come true at various times in your day. When you wake up in the morning, take a moment to feel it. As you commute to work or go about your day, take that feeling along with you. When you go to bed, have it be the last thing you feel. The more it feels real and normal, the more it can alter your reality. Worries and anxieties are also emotions, but they're emotions of things not happening. Whenever you find yourself feeling anxious about your desire, deliberately shift to feeling it already achieved. This is practice, though, and it gets easier with time. Your emotional state is always within your control, and you can decide which feelings you wish to nurture. The wish-granted feeling isn't positive thinking. It's a particular state of consciousness that has within it the seed of its own fulfillment. When you learn to master this feeling, you learn to master the art of manifestation itself. Your whole world will start to change and reorganize itself to be in alignment with your internal feeling state. This is the real art of living from the end, and it's the most potent instrument that you possess for manifesting the life you want. Lesson 7: Prayer. Prayer is not what everyone believes it is. When we pray, we tend to beg and plead to some outside power, and hopefully our desires will be met. But real prayer is different. It is the sense of joy and thankfulness that accompanies the knowledge that our wish is already granted. Consider prayer as a means of tapping into the creative energy within you. This energy reacts not to the words of need, but to the sense of already having received what you desire. When you pray, see yourself as happy and content in the possession of your wished-for blessing. Experience the happiness, serenity, and thankfulness that comes so naturally with possessing what you want. The strongest prayers are ones that are full of thanksgiving. Do not pray, "Please give me this," or "I desire that." Pretend you already possess your want. Say, "Thank you for my beautiful new house," or "I am most thankful for my ideal health." Experience the feelings associated with these words. Allow your entire body to fill with the feeling of thankfulness. You can pray anywhere, anytime. Your prayer could be a silent moment in the morning, a calm visualization at lunch, or a thankful feeling before you sleep. The point is to make it feel natural and authentic to you. Some prefer to write down their prayers in a journal, while others like to utter them softly or simply sense them in their hearts. One successful way to pray is to pretend to be having a conversation with a friend who is complimenting you on your achievement. Feel their happiness for you. Listen for their happy words, and allow yourself to feel happy at the time. Another method is to just be in the calm comfort of knowing that all that you desire is already yours. Your prayers do not have to be lengthy or official. A split second of feeling, thankful for what you want, as if you already have it, may be more effective than hours of pleading and begging. The key is the feeling. When you feel the truth of your desire fulfilled, your prayer has been answered. Prayer is not about persuading others or anything to grant you what you desire. It's about becoming one with the feeling of already having it. This may be awkward at first, particularly if you're accustomed to more traditional prayer. However, with practice, you'll find that it becomes second nature to pray in a state of having rather than wanting. Incorporate prayer into your daily routine. Get to the point where it becomes as much a part of your day as breathing. Whether you're driving to work, showering, or waiting in line at the store, you can always stop to feel thankful for your heart's desires met. This ongoing state of thankful prayer keeps you in touch with the creative power within you, and brings your desires into being. The biggest secret about prayer is to make it real and natural to you. Trust that the power inside of you knows exactly how to manifest your desires into being. Your task is just to feel the joy and thankfulness of already having what you want. This is real prayer, and it never fails to do its wonders in your life. Lesson 8. Before bedtime. The hours leading up to bedtime are amazingly potent for bringing our desires into being. As we drift off into slumber, our conscious mind lets down its defenses, permitting our imagination to collaborate more freely with our subconscious mind. Such a natural state makes nighttime the ideal time to sow seeds of desire that will bear fruit in reality. Visualize your bedtime routine as a sacred ritual. Establish a tranquil atmosphere by turning off the lights, eliminating distractions, and taking several slow breaths to relax your mind. While in bed, visualize your wished-for scene. Visualize it vividly. As if you were viewing a film in which you are both the star and the director, imagine the happiness, contentment, and appreciation of having your want already achieved. It is useful for most people to play their scene over and over again as they fall asleep. Every time you run the scene, include more sensory information. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you feel? If you're visualizing a new home, run your fingers over the smooth countertops. Listen to birds singing outside your window. Smell freshly brewed coffee in your kitchen. Get it so real that your mind believes it as true. Your final thoughts before you go to bed are especially potent because they stay on in your subconscious mind all night. These images pattern your dreams and your assumptions about what can happen in your life. When you fall asleep time and again feeling as if your desire is already yours, you train your mind to accept this new reality. Some worry about drifting off to sleep prior to finishing their scene. That's really ideal. Drifting off to sleep surrounded in your desire lets your subconscious mind play with these pictures all night long. If you catch yourself nodding off, just hold on to the sensation of your wish being granted. Let that gentle awareness guide you into sleep. In the morning, take a minute to remember your bedtime scene and tap into those feelings of completion before your day begins. This provides a bridge between your evening practice and your daytime life. During the day, you might catch glimpses that your desire is manifesting. Welcome these signs with gratitude, knowing they confirm your inner work is bearing fruit. Make this practice a consistent part of your bedtime routine. Just as you wouldn't skip brushing your teeth, don't skip this vital imagination exercise. Every night spent falling asleep in the feeling of your wish fulfilled brings you closer to its physical manifestation. Your bedroom becomes a sacred space where miracles begin, and your sleep becomes a powerful tool for creation. This exercise must be natural and pleasurable. Don't stress or worry about making it perfect. Just allow yourself to feel into the realization that as you fall asleep, accepting your desire as already fulfilled, the cosmic law of creation is working for you, manifesting your dreams into being through the magic of sleep. Lesson 9. Desire the Word of God. Desire is the Word of God expressing through you. When a sincere desire arises in your heart, it is not from your human nature but from the divine within. All genuine desire has within it the seed of its own fulfillment. That is why Neville Goddard instructed us that desire itself is God's guarantee of its fulfillment. Consider desire as a spiritual urge that nudges you toward your greatest good. As opposed to fleeting wants or temporary whims, deep desire ignites in the core of your being and holds on regardless of impediments. Understand that not all passing whim is a true desire. Real desire tastes like calling, this inner sense that this specific experience or attainment is destined for you. Your desires are a spiritual map, guiding you toward your higher purpose. When you're experiencing a true desire, you're actually allowing God's word to come alive in you. That's why it's so important to respect your desires instead of writing them off as selfish or undeserving. Each pure desire is a divine seed sown in your consciousness to germinate into physical manifestation. At times, we have conflicting desires that may cause confusion and delay the manifestation. For example, you may want a loving relationship but have fear of intimacy at the same time. Here, it's required to recognize and let go of the opposing desires that hinder your original intention. This takes place through sincere self-reflection and open-mindedness to release previous patterns no longer beneficial to you. Integrating your wishes necessitates patience and trust. Instead of forcing and hurrying them into existence, let them manifest by themselves while having faith in their sacred nature. Consider every wish sacred, acknowledging that it is God's will articulating through you. With this attitude, doubt and resistance that could otherwise retard their manifestation are eliminated. Start observing more keenly the desires that stir within you. Observe which ones seem shallow and which ones speak profoundly to your heart. Those that linger and make you feel happy and exhilarated are most likely divine inspirations. Those are the wants worth directing your creative imagination towards. Desire is prayer. When you're filled with strong desire, you're actually in harmony with the divine creative energy. This awareness changes the way you connect with your wants. Rather than viewing them as something to fight for or fear, view them as divine gifts that are already in progress toward fulfillment. Your only job is to cultivate these divine seeds with faith, imagination, and thankfulness. Every wish that comes into your heart contains the power and capability of its own fulfillment. Have faith in this process, understanding that desire is God's word expressing through you, assuring its own fulfillment by the power of your creative consciousness. Lesson 10. Faith, I believe. Faith is greater than hoping or wishing. It's a knowing that what you want is already yours. When you really believe in something, you don't ask if it exists or how it will reach you, you just know it's so, the same way you know that tomorrow morning the sun is going to come up. Consider how you automatically have faith in the easy things, such as sitting in a chair. You don't speculate about whether or not the chair will support you, you simply sit. This kind of easy natural faith is what you need to create for all that you wish to bring into your life. The trick is to approach your desires with the same confidence as you have for gravity or the seasons changing. Most folks struggle with faith because they want evidence first. But real faith is the reverse. You believe first, and then the evidence follows. This may sound crazy at first, but it's how every great thing starts. Every inventor, every artist, every innovator had to have faith in what they wanted to create before it existed. Growing your faith begins in tiny exercises. Start with small things that do not encourage your doubts. Perhaps believe you will find a good parking place or you will engage in a great conversation with someone today. When these tiny beliefs become a reality, your faith muscle develops greater strength. Before long, you can approach bigger wants with the same assurance. Your reality may contradict your wishes in the moment. That is where true faith excels. It sees through temporary conditions to concentrate on the desired outcome. If you desire good health, you believe you are healthy even if you have symptoms. If you desire wealth, you feel rich without regard to what you have in the bank. This is not denial. It's deciding what reality you want to give power to. Your faith will become unshakable by regular practice. Every morning, remind yourself of what you want to believe. Feel the happiness and thankfulness that your desire has been met. When uncertainty arises during the day, quietly go back to your trusty knowing. It's similar to tuning a radio to your favorite station. You keep readjusting until the signal is strong and clear. Physical acts can make your faith stronger as well. Write about your wish as if it has already occurred. Discuss it naturally with others when the time is right. Live from the position of having been given what you desire. These behaviors are not about persuading others. They're about reaffirming your own faith. Faith is not about coercing yourself to have faith. It's about being relaxed into a natural knowing, such as the way you automatically know your own name. When you're called, you don't have to persuade yourself to answer. You automatically do. This same simple natural certainty is available for everything you want to bring into your life. Your belief is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be, and believing is how you travel across it. Lesson 11, Assumption turns into facts. The law of assumption is one of the strongest laws for manifesting our wishes. The moment we strongly assume something as being true, our minds and actions will automatically adjust to make our assumption become our reality. Imagine assumptions as seeds being sown in the garden of your mind. Whatever you sow shall grow and eventually produce fruit in your real physical world. Each day, you make many assumptions about yourself, others, and the world in general. These assumptions format your experiences and construct your own reality. For example, if you assume that people are kind and helpful on the whole, you will see more opportunities for people to help you. If you assume that you can learn new skills in a short amount of time, you'll find it easier to learn new things. In order to shift your reality, you have to shift your assumptions first. This all starts with awareness. Take note of your existing assumptions regarding your life, relationships, career, and capabilities. Do you take success for granted as something hard? Do you think good things happen to other people but not to you? These restrictive assumptions establish blocks to your wishes. Replace these restrictive assumptions with empowering ones. If you wish for a promotion in your job, assume that you are already the ideal candidate for a move up. If you wish for a loving relationship, assume that you are heartily loved and cared for. Be from these new assumptions as if they were already true in your reality. Your assumptions must feel natural to be effective. Start with assumptions that stretch your current beliefs, but don't feel impossible. For example, if you're currently struggling financially, don't immediately assume you're a billionaire. Instead, assume you always have more than enough money for your needs and that your income steadily increases. As these smaller assumptions manifest, your faith will grow, allowing you to make bigger assumptions naturally. Whenever you find yourself slipping back into old assumptions, nudge your thinking into correction. If you tend to assume you will be late for work, break it and say, I always get to my destination at the right time. If you tend to assume you will make a mistake at a task, flip to, I solve all problems with ease and competence. These new assumptions will feel forced initially, but with regular practice, they become your normal thought pattern. Your senses of the physical may disagree with your new assumptions. You will notice evidence to the contrary of what you're assuming. In these times, hold with more commitment to your chosen assumption. Your senses present to you outcomes from previous assumptions, not your new world in the process of creation. Living from your new assumptions takes perseverance and patience. Keep acting and imagining from your desired end, no matter what the situation is like right now. If you imagine you are healthy, keep imagining even if there are temporary symptoms. If you imagine that you are rich, keep imagining even when it feels difficult right now. Your persistent imagining will ultimately turn into real facts in your physical reality. The bridge between where you are now and where you want to be is constructed using continuous, unshakable assumptions. Assume. Assume your assumptions to be your best friends, habitual wearers that you wear like an old favorite shirt. Let them tint your thoughts, direct your actions, and form your reactions to things that happen in life. With time, you will see the miraculous process of your assumptions become your living reality. Lesson 12. Imagine yourself. The best use of your imagination is to create and become your perfect self-image. As you visualize yourself as your desired self, you initiate a transformation that goes far beyond mere daydreaming. This is a practice of totally immersing yourself in becoming the person you wish to be and viewing life from their perspective. Begin by sitting quietly for a few moments and visualizing yourself as you truly want to become. Visualize yourself possessing all of the qualities, skills, and traits you desire. Perhaps you desire to be more confident, successful, healthy, or loving. Whatever qualities you select, make them definite and vivid in your mind. Observe how this ideal you walks, speaks, and relates to people. Observe their posture, their smile, and the aura they bring into a room. As you construct this self-image, fill it with sensory details that make it tangible. Embody the confidence of your steps, hear the warmth of your voice, and feel the joy in your heart. Think about how this version of you meets challenges, celebrates wins, and navigates each day. The more vivid and real you bring this image into being, the more instinctively you'll find yourself becoming this way. Throughout your day, stop and ask yourself, how would my best self approach this situation? Then act from that place. If your ideal self is confident, stand up straighter and assert yourself. If your ideal self is compassionate, do random acts of kindness. If your ideal self is successful, make choices consistent with that success. Living as though already your ideal self makes a bridge between your current existence and your wish. Keep a journal of times when you lived successfully your ideal self. Put into words what it was like, what you did, and what effects you saw. This exercise serves to reinforce the reality of your new self. This exercise serves to reality of your new self-image and offers proof of your change. Observe how other people react toward the new you, because their reactions will usually indicate the alterations that you're creating within yourself. Your ideal self-image is not fixed. As you develop and grow, your idea of your best self might shift as well. Let this picture grow and evolve organically. The point is that you always envision and behave from the context of your ideal self. This isn't about acting or pretending. It's about knowing and being your best self. Practice seeing yourself as your best self on a daily basis. Take time every morning to tap into the vision before you begin your day. Refer to it whenever you're in need of direction or inspiration. The more you live from that higher self-image, the more second nature it becomes. Your world around you will slowly transform to fit your inner vision, and you'll find yourself naturally becoming the person you've envisioned yourself to be. Practice this until it becomes second nature. Your ideal self-image is always contained within you, only waiting to be expressed. With regular imagination and congruent action, you give permission for this higher form of yourself to come forth and become your new reality. This is the ultimate power of imagination, the power to transform yourself from within and create the life you truly want.